Patrick was introduced to me by Preet, who was a previous speaker. And then when we connected, again, it was just another light worker that is here for a message, to deliver a purpose. And Patrick's purpose is to help people for a united humanity and embrace divinity. And as a previous professor of Spanish and a lawyer and doing all the corporate things that I used to do, and not professor in Spanish, but you know, you get me, from the corporate days. And then just having that wake up moment, that spark, as if to say, there is something bigger, there is something different that I need to do with my life, and took the trust and the faith to follow his journey. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, Patrick. It's been an absolutely amazing time so far. You now have your 8 minutes to share your story.
Thank you so much, Vikki. It is such a pleasure to be here. And I love this theme of hope, inspiration, and transformation. And I want to give you 3 words as a portal to hope, inspiration, and transformation, which are humility, intuition, and trust. Humility, intuition, and trust. Because one of the things that happens when we think conventionally about hope, inspiration, and transformation is that, in a way, that the present moment is somehow flawed, that there's something that needs to change, that something needs to be different. And we meet that moment then with a level of resistance. And the message that I want everyone to take away as the path to those things is accepting this moment, everything in your life, everything in the world, with as much love as you can. Because when we meet our life now, oftentimes, and this is my story, we would, find dissatisfaction. And then we go about learning things like the law of attraction. We want to change things. We want to manifest. We want a new job. We want a new partner. We want a new life of some kind. We're meeting life with resistance. And I did that. I was a professor of Spanish. And then I became a professor. I became a lawyer. And I was working for a judge. I was working for a judge, and I applied for a job at Harvard fellowship. And I taught that fellowship. I got that fellowship. And I thought, oh, I've gotten it. I've manifested everything that my hopes, the dreams, life. I'm going to go teach at Harvard, and I'm going to be a law professor. I woke up every morning with the hugest nausea. I could not get past this deep sense that I'd never felt before, that this was the worst choice I could ever make. And I resisted it. I resisted it really hard. And I actually had a breakdown. I was in the ER. I was dealing with all sorts of medications. And it's because I wasn't listening to my intuition. I was really trying to force something to happen. And life had much different plans for me. And then I had that moment where I was panicked. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had turned down this fellowship. I was a nervous wreck. My mentors had said, what's up with this guy? And I just sat there and I got this impulse to go to the Kripalu website, which is this retreat center in Lenox, Massachusetts. And I saw somebody who became my teacher, I just went to the website. I listened finally. And there I was, somebody who talked about divine light, energy healing, things that I would never have listened to. And a light bulb went off, talking about my brother's previous message about being the light. The light went off inside. And everything changed. I ended up becoming a lawyer while working with my teacher. And then transformation just started happening. It just started happening. People showed up in my life. Different healers, intuitives, psychics. All of these people showed up. I healed completely from this breakdown. I began having my own psychic experiences. My own faculties opened up. I started downloading books. I could never have imagined that my life would take the turn that it did. Being a lawyer gave me the resources that I wouldn't have had to study, train, travel the world, work with different teachers and healers. And so I realized that, rather than judging at each moment, oh, I need to be more, I need to be better, I need to be different from who I am, when I just accepted where I was and said, let life lead me, let life show me, let the universe show me. What my friend Simran talks about is having a conversation with the universe. I had to have the humility to say the path that I was choosing for myself was paled in comparison to what God had in store for me. And I had to let go of that, have that humility, then became hope. So then I had to start listening to my intuition at every turn, listen to what life wants to show you. What more is there in this moment? Maybe you're going through a painful moment. Maybe you're going through a real crisis. I know, I was there. I experienced it myself. It was painful. And then you realize life is actually just reorienting you. Sometimes we have to learn our lesson through pain so that we can learn that we don't actually have to learn our lessons through pain, because we can start listening to that voice of God, listening to that inner divinity that we all have, because, of course, as my friend said, we are the light. And then trusting that when you hear this impulse to do something that your ego says, wait, this doesn't make any sense, like starting something called Hit Talks or something else, some other project, you get these impulses. You don't have to bend the universe into the shape that you want it. You let life shape you, let life lead you. And that's when you're in a state of co-creation. So from that place, I actually left my legal position, became an author, became a spiritual guide. People come to me when they have deep, deep questions about what their karmic issues are. I get a download, I hear what they're saying, and then they have to take that and they have to incorporate that into their lives and decide, does this comport with my life, what I need? So I just want to share with you, everyone, that is, for me, the path to hope, inspiration, transformation: humility, intuition, and trust. Thank you so much, Vikki, and everyone at the Hit Talks team.
Humility, inspiration, intuition, and trust. I just added my own word in there as well. So it is a journey. It is a journey, and I loved hearing your journey. And I love when I speak to these speakers and I have these conversations. There's only so much we can share in 8 minutes, and there's so much deepness. So maybe I'll just have to wait for guidance. We can kind of get these messages out a little bit further and spread these messages of hope, inspiration, and transformation into the new world. Because as we say, with everything that's going on, we need more new world guides into the world that are actually guiding people to really step into their own purpose.